for tuning in on our live stream tonight. It's going to be a packed show, absolutely rammed packed. We've just a little bit of Liverpool news as well, but we're going to be talking about Messi, Thiago, the Bayern CEO, Rummenigge, his latest comments anyway. We've got his latest quote on the Thiago transfer. It's very, very interesting, his latest quotes. I'm joined by three very special guests. Here's the lads. There we go. I'm joined by my mate Sam, Scosey, aka Jack, another Jack, and Doug from the Dugout Football channel as well. I had to get Doug on because he was on last night, but he had internet troubles and made up to get these three lads. So thank you very much, lads, for coming on, taking the time out tonight. It's going to be a very interesting show, everyone. So get your comments in the comment section below as well. We will feature them as we go throughout tonight's show, everyone. But how are you doing, Sam? Start off with you, mate. Thank you for coming on. How's your night been?
Yeah, mate, good. Back working again after all the stuff that's happened. Just missing the football at this point. Missing Anfield.
Yeah, no, it's good that football is, fingers crossed, Everton's, and potentially in the future, easing fans in. I think we've seen tonight in Austria a couple of fans being led into the stadium. So obviously different parts in and around Europe will be very different, obviously due to regulations and all that. But Scosey, thank you very much for coming on, mate. You've been busy man today, haven't you? You've been all the You've been to skip with your dad.
For the golf.
Yeah, for the golf. And now he's on doing the live stream with the boys.
Oh, a bit of rain in it.
Yeah, thank you for coming on that. And Doug, thank you for coming on, mate.
No problem. I felt I had to make up for last night because internet problems were really, really bad yesterday. And to be fair, it's been absolutely pissing it down today. So I'm quite surprised that I'm actually with you right now. But no, thank you very much for having me on, and hope you've had a good day as well.
Appreciate it, mate. Head over to Doug's channel as well if you're new around here. Make sure to head over and subscribe here and Doug's Dugout Football channel. I'll leave the link in the description once this video has been uploaded. But we'll get straight into, obviously, as you can see from the title, everyone, it's been a chaotic day of football. I've titled the video "Messi to Liverpool." Don't think it's not going to happen, but it will be interesting to see. We can fantasize about it. In our dreams of him coming to Liverpool, but you never know in football. Football can be a very funny game, but I think me and the lads were looking at the wages just before we do get straight into the Thiago news, really. But the wages, £24 million a year Messi's on, and I think that, let's get my calculator. I had it up before. That averages out 546,000 a week. So that's what's crazy. So times by 4, 2.1 million a month just for Messi alone. That's staggering, and that's probably after tax as well. That's probably with tax deducted as well, which is ridiculous. But everyone, get involved in the comment section below. The Unbeatables 2020. Thank you very much, mate. Hiya, Liz. How you doing, Dave? All right, boys. Shane, I get your comment there, but nice one. I'll bring that up in a little second, mate. But we'll get straight to where is it? There we go. Rummenigge, obviously the CEO of Bayern Munich, told us about Thiago. This is Christian Folk, a very respected German publicist for Bills. And we've an event at the Allianz Arena, and Thiago's whole family were there. They've walked around in great nostalgia and would almost say it looked very much like he had decided to say goodbye. I made up to get Sam and Jack Scosey's opinions on this. I asked Doug's yesterday, and probably I think Doug's sick of me asking him anyway. But I'll start with Scosey, mate. You've watched when we whack on an acca. We've got a couple of games on in the background. But what are your thoughts on Thiago, really, mate? And do you think he'll be a good potential asset if he does come?
If anyone knows me, they know I love Thiago. I always have. Even when he was at when he first moved to Bayern, I loved him there. He was a type of player. He's just a maestro. That's all you can describe him as. He's just one of them little players that'll just do everything. I love him. I'd love to have him. I said it years ago, and even now. And he's a bit older than when he was in his prime, but he's still unreal now. He's got a few more years at the top. Easy.
Yeah, definitely. Sam, have you seen much of him this season in Champions League? Oh, I'm gone. Sorry.
I'm
sorry.
muting myself because I'm an idiot. But no, I haven't really watched much of him. But everything I've read and the highlights stuff I've watched, apparently he's been phenomenal. Apparently he's the one that pretty much orchestrated Bayern's victory in the final, from what I've heard. Would be a quality signing, but I know we're favourites for him, but I don't know if it'll happen.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent of Timo Werner and the Fekir transfer. I think Glover spoke last night. It'd be interesting. I'm hoping upon hope it is the sign, because I think what he would add, and especially Barcelona, and we're talking about Barca going downhill a bit later anyway, but they could definitely do with a Thiago in their midfield anyway. But it'd be very interesting. Everyone, let us know your thoughts. I get Shane's comment back up now. Would be very happy with Thiago and coming to Liverpool anyway. I do not want to see Gini Wijnaldum go. Let's get rid of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain because he is injury prone. Shane, thank you very much, mate. It'd be interesting to see how his career does progress now, especially last 12 months. We spoke last night. It's going to be a very pivotal next 12 months for Liverpool and for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, especially if we do bring in Thiago, him into our midfield. I think there'd be a lot of less chances for Ox really to break into Liverpool's midfield. I want nothing more than for Ox to really establish himself as a first team regular in Liverpool, because I think he could be absolutely quality. But yeah, we'll move on to Neco Williams now. Everyone is handed Liverpool defenders' first senior call up into Wales. Wales have given Liverpool's teenager fullback Neco Williams the first senior call up from September against the Finland and Bulgaria. 19 years old, and Ryan Giggs has called him up. Sam, have you been hugely impressed with him off the back of obviously last season? Klopp gave him a couple of chances, didn't he?
Yeah, definitely. If it wasn't for the fact that we've got arguably the best right back in the world at the minute, Trent, I'd be wanting to give him game in, game out sort of thing. He's a quality player, great talent, and a fantastic backup for us. I mean, at the minute, I think as far as fullbacks go, I think we're pretty much solid, especially with this new lad, Costa's coming in. But I really, really rate Neco. I think he's a quality player. It's well deserved getting this call up.
Yeah, absolutely spot on. Scholes, have you been impressed with him? I'm absolutely made up that we've got a player of that quality.
I've proper liked him. I think, as Sam said, he is like Trent. He's not as good as him, but when you see him play against, you can tell he train together. It's the same exact type of play. Always trying to whip the ball in, and you can see he's already starting to look like he's got the deliveries of Trent. Not as that standard and the consistency, but he's showing.
He's only 19 though.
Exactly. When he's had his chances, he's proved it. He fully deserves that call up easily. He's been quality.
Yeah, it's been absolutely superb, and I think in terms of going forward, I think that's something Liverpool, everyone at home, let us know, Liverpool have really missed that cutting edge quality, especially from obviously our second batch of players, if you get me. I think obviously when we had Rodgers and obviously under Rafa, we had great players, but we didn't have the squad depth in which we've got now. We're talking about youngsters and Harvey Elliott as well. I think me, Sam, and all of us have spoken to one another, and everyone at home, you've probably spoken to your family members and your mates, and you're like, Liverpool are looking in a great position, really, going forward in the future. Obviously, you got Neco, Trent. Where will his final position be? Will it be in midfield, potentially? Obviously, he was in the academy at Liverpool there. I think Klopp would see him. Everyone, Doug, do you reckon, just a quick one on Trent, is positional? Do you reckon, I know we've talked about it a couple of times, but where would you see? I wouldn't mind if Klopp just kept him at right back because he's doing absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I'm the same. I would definitely keep Trent at right back. Just a wee thing on obviously Williams. We obviously saw what he could bring to Liverpool in that game against Arsenal. I think Arsenal was his debut, as well, and he made an assist for I think he made 2 assists actually for Ox and Origi as well. So we could see what he was doing. He's one of the best players on that day as well, and obviously he's had a few cup appearances as well. It was great to see him get Premier League appearances as well. He's going to be one for the future, and he's a great player as well.
Yeah, Mitchell. Sorry, mate. We have to talk about it. It gets the views in anyway. But I made up. I'm happy to get all the lads' views anyway, because not just mine. I think everyone gets bored of my opinions. But this is why I created a channel to get all the lads on, and hopefully all use in the future. Obviously, we'll be doing fan call-ins in the future anyway, so that'd be very interesting. In the future anyway, obviously post-match, it won't just be chatting about it. Ed, so be getting every single one he's on, hopefully, like a video style or audio style content anyway. So but yeah, Mitchell, we'll be covering Slaphead as well a bit later, so that'll be fun. We'll get straight into we won't delve too much into that, because you have the boys, all the Manchester United, the boys covered on the channel. We don't want that. So we'll go straight into Leo Messi, everyone. I think this is shook. It really, yeah. Sorry, hang on. Though new software, blame me. There we go. There's the story. It shook the world of football. I'll ask Sam first. I know we're not going to get him, and I think I know a couple of the lads have mentioned in the comment section. As Dave said here, where's his comment gone? Just said the transfer window. This transfer window is going to get messy. Dave loves his puns, and he quite literally will. Sam, off the back of Dave's amazing pun anyway, I love Dave. We're not going to get him, but as we mentioned at the top of the show, wages would be a big factor for any club that does bring in Leo into their football club. 33 years old. What are your thoughts? Where do you see him going?
See, I think that's what it's got to be, about double what our highest earning player is. It's just Salah, I think.
Yeah.
But it's stupid money. I mean, it won't be a cheap transfer either. It will cost an absolute arm and a leg. And don't get me wrong, he's honestly possibly the greatest footballer of all time. I hold him very high, above Ronaldo, mainly because he played for United, but you know.
Oh, you've just started the whole thing in the comment section now, lad. Why'd you have to do that? I've got Scholes on the live stream as well. He loves Ronaldo.
No, but quality player, but he's 33. You think he can't do it forever. So even if he does press on into his late 30s, you got to think 4 more seasons out of him. Is it worth it? Then you got to think, where can you fit him in? Like, he wouldn't fit into our squad as much as it pains you to say. Like, Coutinho wouldn't come back and get a starting place anymore. But for that kind of player and for the kind of wages he demands, I don't think City, despite their deep pockets, will be able to do it. I think it'll probably be PSG. Reunite with Neymar, get that ball rolling again. He could be the final piece in the puzzle for them to actually go on and lift the Champions League trophy this time.
Yeah, absolutely spot on there, mate. Get Gareth's comment as well. Thank you very much for dropping your comment in, mate. It's refreshing to see players interested in coming to us over the last few years, as opposed to you losing out on transfers. Gareth, I think that's the big factor. I think since the Jurgen's come in, I think the lads and everyone at home will agree. Spot on comment, mate. That never used to be the case at Liverpool Football Club, did it? It used to be, obviously, remember the days when we Sigurdsson, no, thank God he didn't come to Liverpool, but we lost Sigurdsson to Spurs somehow. I don't know how much Rodgers wanted Siggy, obviously due to his time at Swansea anyway, but that was one of the magical transfers, and the Balotellis and all of them. We won't go too much into them, but it is refreshing, mate. Got to put on there that it is. You're seeing with Liverpool now, we're in a position where we could get Messi if we wanted to. If Klopp turned to the boards, I know it'd be very hard in terms of financial point of view, but we're not in the realms of possibility that we couldn't get Messi. Do you reckon would you agree slightly with what I've had to say there, or? It's all right. You can say no. Say no. Say no.
No. If I'm being totally honest, I don't think he's coming to England because of obviously the tax over here. I don't think it would suit him, and I don't think he likes paying taxes in Spain anyway. So if he came over to England, then that would be a big shock to the system for him. But even with Manchester City's money, etc., I don't see them being able to afford him, to be honest with you, and especially the the wages. I think he's like going $1 million a week or $1 million a week.
Yeah, 2.1 million. We've done the calculations before. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's after tax as well. It's
just completely mad. Yeah,
that is a whole show in itself. I think we could do in the future. And us as fans, it drives up ticket pricing, and that's a whole 2-hour episode that we could do. But yeah, Scholesy, what are your thoughts on this? Where do you see him go? Do you see him going to?
I see him going PSG, and I don't think Neymar will be there next season.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a straight swap. I think there'll be a bit of money involved, obviously, but I think Neymar will go back to Barca and mess with PSG.
Yeah, even as Doug said before, and Sam, like in terms of his injuries, 33 years old, he turned in June this year. He's not getting any younger. And when you compare Ronaldo and Messi, Ronaldo is a machine. He's built like James Milner. I think those two will probably play until like the 40 or 50 at the current date that they're still training anyway, the way they come back from training. But Messi, the continuous injuries that he's had, they seem to be very muscular injuries, don't they? Would you say, Scholesy, on that?
Yeah, I agree. I think Messi's a much better player than Ronaldo now, but I think Ronaldo's got the build for it. He'll go on because of how his game is.
Yeah,
I think he is a stronger player. He's more of an athlete. Messi's ridiculous at what he does, but Ronaldo's the athlete, which is why Ronaldo can go on for maybe 3 or 4 seasons, and he's a few years older than Messi. I think Messi's got a few more seasons, but he'll retire 2 years before Ronaldo.
Yeah,
2 years younger than Ronaldo, should I say, not before.
Yeah, absolutely spot on there. Is Ronaldo's older, isn't he? Like 3 or 4 years older, is he?
Yeah, Ronaldo's 36.
Yeah, which is mad.
Yeah,
36. Wow.
Yeah, but he looks. He
could be 35. I think he's 36 though.
I even said off air to Jack that I think he may end up back in Argentina, because obviously he started at Newell's Old Boys and then obviously went to Barcelona. I've got a feeling he will end up at Newell's Old Boys at some point. Maybe not this season, but I do think he may end up at his old Argentinian club before he retires.
Yeah,
he's 35, Ronaldo.
35.
Oh, tonight. He looks like he's about 20.
Yeah.
But the thing he's still playing at that level is absolutely ridiculous for that age. Insane.
Imagine if we had like a 35-year-old Emil Heskey up front. I don't think as much as I love Heskey back in the 2000s, like it's very rare, and we're talking about there's not many players that can do that, can they?
You're like you're saying with Milner, he's quality and he's still in and amongst our squad, but he ain't a starter for us anymore.
I reckon he could start though. Yeah, I know obviously
not game in, game out and be a game changer like him. Like to do what Ronaldo does at that kind of level is ridiculous.
It's a freak.
Just another one on Messi though. One place we haven't considered he could go. He could just go for a big payout and go to China. Join in here.
Now China have brought in a rule where if you're a non-Chinese player, you can't be paid more than $50,000 a week.
That's interesting. So
maybe the MLS then go to the retirement home into Miami.
That would be nice if we were footballers. Never before. I wouldn't even be a bench player or even a reserve. I'd be the water boy anyway. But yeah, in terms of, I could see him going to. The nightmare is he goes to City, and I tell you, that would be the nightmare. But I don't think it'll happen. But thank you very much, lads, for commenting on that. We've got a couple more stories. Just quickly get Matt HG Gamers. Better Photoshop than me on my thumbnail. I tell you, I'm shocking at my graphics. Sorry, everyone on the thumbnail, but yeah, Matt, if you know who he's a FIFA YouTuber anyway. So, Skulls, you know him, don't you? He's one of your mates anyway. But yeah, that's far better Photoshop work than mine on my thumbnail today. But yeah, let us know your thoughts on that. He's got his bit mad shoulders there anyway. But yeah, I'm not gonna comment on Photoshop skills because I'm absolutely terrible. But we'll get to, obviously, I read out quickly, get to a couple of comments, and we'll go to your comments from yesterday, everyone. I get all your comments in, but the Gunners could get to in terms of the Gunners, the Unbearables could get 2 of our E-players and help them back to the top 4, Suarez and PC. I don't know if you mean Premier League players, do you mean, mate? Hopefully that, because obviously Tex plays for Liverpool anyway, mate. But ex-Liverpool players. Liverpool need to be smart and careful with Williams. He is the future starter. Liz, yeah, spot on there, Liz, as always. It'd be interesting. I think we will do probably a video in the future anyway. Where do we see Trent playing in the future? And I'd love to ask Klopp this question. I'm pretty sure he has probably been asked anyway, but just to see where he sees Trent's developments. I know his development is doing fantastic at right back, but it'd be interesting to see how he sees in about 5 years' time. Does he envision Trent in midfield? Because he's only not that far behind Kevin De Bruyne in terms of assists, is he? And if you move in midfield, I think he'd be competing for those assist records season in, season out, even though he is in terms of defensive positioning. Out has he got? Evening, Aaron. Thank you very much for joining, mate. Messi to Liverpool confirmed. You did there first. I want to name the title, but Messi leaving is shocking. I think he will stay and is just posturing, really. Yeah, Liz, be very interesting. And before we went on live, I think all of us and everyone around the world, it was a big shock. And I think it could be just engineering the move, but I think it has been confirmed by the heads-upper market and everyone. Peel even come out with a tweet. I tried to find it before, but couldn't find it again. But I think Peel's publicly tweeted he's not happy, so it is be interesting. Callum, Ginny, Messi swap deal? Yes, Callum, lads. If there's one thing that Michael Edwards could do, it would be swap Ginny for Messi. Then if that happens, we've got to build about 20 statues of Michael Edwards.
Yeah, 500 grand to a fiver on a Mars bar.
It's a chance of playing at the Cop, lads. Playing for you and the boys. But I think, yeah, everyone at home, we absolutely shook Barcelona last year, didn't we?
Yeah.
We have sent them on a downward spiral. I know Roma done it the year before. Lovely jubbly. And then we had them last year, and then they haven't looked the same since playing Roma and Liverpool in the Champions League. There has been a massive falling out. If you haven't seen the Barca documentary, I think it's free on their website. It's lovely to watch. The half-time anger from all of them. Have you seen that, boys? The documentary of obviously.
Oh, the Albert crying on half-time.
Yeah, I would be after Robbo just absolutely minced him down that wing in that game. He was like a steam train, Robbo. He had his arm through when he runs down the wing. He's absolutely bombing it down. But yeah, Callum has said I can see Messi going to City. Shaqiri swap, absolutely. Liz, yeah, I'll have to pin that because I tell you, if that happens, I think we'd run round all of Liverpool. But yeah, we'll go straight on to the your comments now, everyone. And then we'll clap off the episode with Harry Maguire. Won't delve too much into it, but I'll get the lads' thoughts. Not just about Harry Maguire, but just really the public perception, really, and how footballers in general are viewed now. And it's not like obviously he's still drinking all that now, but you've got to be a lot more professional. And Harry Maguire, if it was a Liverpool player, I'd be absolutely fuming as well. But people look to footballers as icons and heroes, really. And it's very sad that Harry has got up to mischief in Greece, like a lot of lads do. But yeah, we'll go straight into the Here we go. Your comments from yesterday's episode, everyone, I told you I'd featured them. We did talk about Suarez potentially coming to Liverpool, because obviously Barca are looking like terminating everyone's contract off the back of tonight's episodes, terminating Suarez, Busquets' contract. What we get a downturn. Maybe Suarez can play for that over Liverpool FC back in his hometown country, Uruguay. That's as close as I want him to see at LFC, to be honest. As for Barca, victims of their own success, watching their ship sink is really fascinating. It is very fascinating, mate. But it could happen to anyone, and that's why Liverpool, we've all got to enjoy the now. I know my dad's in 30 years, my dad's era of supporter, like... sorry, Dad, but you're that old. About the 70s and 80s. Anyway, they waited 30 years. I'm just so happy. And even he said, and obviously the generation of his supporters, and when I've spoken to Mickey as well, they're just so happy for the younger generation of Liverpool fans. Because I think all of us here and everyone at home, especially our age, we're like, when we've come close in terms of winning a league, but it's been very, very long anyway. Jamie, just saw the comments on the screen. Why would he leave? Does he want more dough? He's clearly been looking to leave, or he wouldn't have let his contract run down. I think in terms of genuine Alden, mate. At what point do they win champions of Europe? Winky face. It was a little cheeky comment in yesterday's video. I do think he wants to come to the EPL, obviously about Thiago and Liverpool in particular. He wants to play under Klopp and would prefer... would be a perfect fit the way we play. I would love to keep Gini, but also feel that at some point there must have been talks and they don't meet each other's valuation, obviously. I think about FSG. It's a long comment this. Nice one, mate. Really do appreciate it. Sorry, everyone. It would be a player to run down the contract. It was part of the plans. To get Thiago for 27 million is far too much for an opportunity to pass on, even if it means Gini goes. Hendo, Fab, Keita, Thiago, Millie, Ox, Jones. Pick any three of those 7 guys, add our world-class goalkeeper and back 4 and the forward 3, and you have a team and squad capable of defending the Premier League and the EPL. But spot on there, as I said there. But yeah, and quickly, thanks, lads. I'm really hoping we do sign him, and surely we keep Gazump for a player who cost 27 million, who went elsewhere. But yeah, absolutely spot on there, mate. Jamie, really do appreciate every single one of you for getting your comments in. Absolute legends. And just the final one, everyone. Harry Maguire has been a naughty boy. Scholesy. It's bad. I just don't want to focus on Manchester United. I want to focus on just a professional letting his club down. And it's been very disappointing. And it was quite shocking today. As much as we've enjoyed it on social media and everything, but you've got to look at the harsh reality. Footballers now, they are role models, and are you disappointed? Not obviously, we've been joking off air anyway, behind closed doors, but if you look at it from a professional point of view as a player, I think United would be absolutely raging, won't he?
Yeah, you should be. You'd be fuming because at the end of the day, he's the captain. It's like just any it's like he's a reserve player or a fringe player. He's the captain of their team. Their club, he's the face of his club. Every time he walks into a pitch, he's the first face United see. You can't be doing that. It's one of the biggest clubs in the world. Pains to say it, but it is. It's still top 5 clubs in the world. Not in terms of the quality they got, but the actual club itself with fan base and everything. You can't fault them.
Yeah, it's absolutely spot on there, lad. And I think, Sam, in terms of the generations of the art professional, I'll tell you, if Roy Keane was in that changing room, that would not be happening. It's just evidence of how the modern day player has evolved now. You see certain players dancing on the football pitch. I know our lads dance anyway, but Essie Lingard's dancing at the Emirates. They have to put his name in there, and then they get absolutely battered. But it's very surprised that Harry's let himself down.
If I'm honest, if we're talking in terms of like Man United, I think it's just over recent years, it's becoming he's like with their history and everything and what they've done like over the past few years, and that has been phenomenal. But they're just becoming a joke of a club. Like, he wasn't worth the amount of money they spent on him. The fact that he came in and was immediately picked as captain for a player that's like, we picked Henderson. He's like the longest serving player at our club. He was the natural progression from Gerrard. But I don't rate him as a player. I don't think he's good enough for Man United. I don't think he's good enough for England. That's something that actually really frustrated me, is that he got picked for the England squad.
Yeah.
How can you do that? This is a guy that is under serious charges of bribery and assault.
Yeah, allegedly.
We'll find out. Well, that's what I'm saying. He's been proven guilty, hasn't he?
He's been dropped now as well from the England squad. He's no longer in it.
Yeah,
I know, but he shouldn't have been picked in the first.
Yeah, I agree.
He came out saying that he was going to court and had to defend himself. I didn't think anything would come from it. I thought he'd be dropped, but no, he has been found guilty. The fact that they still, before everything came out and he was found guilty, when he was going to court, they still said he was going to be part of that squad. I think that just makes our country look like a joke. Forget Man United. This is a lad that's supposed to be, is arguably supposed to be our first name in the defence.
And our main goal scorer on corners. Bang! Yeah, you're spot on there, mate. In terms of, it's shocking, Doug, that not just, I'd be saying this if it was, I know Bobby and a couple of the Liverpool lads have been a bit naughty over the years. Obviously, some of them have been drink driving, but it really angers me that modern day footballers, I know it's very difficult to really disconnect. Everyone's human. You make mistakes. I get that. But when you're in the public eye as much as Scholesy and Sam have said, he's Manchester United's captain.
Yeah. I think that's what makes it worse, is the fact that he's like the role model. He's like the captain of Man United. To be honest, I honestly don't know what to make of this. I honestly don't know what to make of this. I don't even know what to like read into as well. But do I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will strip him of the captaincy? No, I don't think he's strong enough to actually drop.
I agree with that.
Strip him of the captaincy, because I think
totally agree.
I think he's too loyal to players. I think you've seen that in the past as well. Like obviously, like I remember Lindelof having poor games for United last season. He never dropped them. He never dropped Rashford as well when he was going through a bad spell. So I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is too loyal to players. Harry Maguire's letting himself down. And I agree with what Sam said. Why on earth did Gareth Southgate pick him in the England squad, knowing that he had those charges above his head? Can I just say, though, the squad that he has picked is absolutely ridiculous. There's some players in there I don't even think should be in that England squad.
Should have put us in that squad.
Jordan Pickford for one of them. Shocking.
Yeah, I think he's probably another one that's too loyal to the players. But I think he's kind of cut, because I don't think Slabhead's good enough for the England team. I think Gomez should be starting before him because he's a quality defender. And bails Van Dijk out week in, week out when he makes mistakes.
Yeah.
And he goes under the radar because we don't really think about it, but he's a much better defender. He deserves to be there first. But he's picked players like that because of the profile behind them in the league. Like, oh, he's the captain of Man United, I have to pick him. Oh, Harry Kane, he's unfit, not good enough, but he's England's number one. But he's not good enough. He'd be better off playing like a different front three of like Sterling, Sancho, and Rashford would probably be more useful. But I don't. It's an unpopular opinion. I mean, we're Liverpool fans. We don't really care much about our country at the end of the day. But
Liverpool face for me. Always, I think all of us Liverpool face. But yeah,
the midfield. There's no the midfield's awful. It's all right, and the attack's all right, but the midfield of that England squad is trash.
There's not even any left backs in the England squad either. I've noticed. Like Tyrone Mings is the closest left back in that England squad that you'll get. No idea why Michael Keane is in there. Honestly, I do not know. Honestly, I do agree. I think Solskjaer and Southgate have something in common. They're too loyal to players. And, you know,
I'm not sure if his players
like
just worried about
still in
upsetting
the
the
England
country.
squad. Kyle Walker's still in the England squad as well.
Yeah,
It just doesn't make sense.
What do you reckon of this? Like Henry said, could not understand why Southgate put Harry Maguire in the, obviously, as he's already mentioned there, should have waited until case concluded. FA should have stopped it to age caution. Hugely embarrassing for Southgate, but it's another classic blunder by English football. You had it with Sam Allardyce with his betting fiascos and everything. Rigging games, and then he got sacked within like 24 hours. But absolutely spot on there, boys. Just get to every single one of your comments, everyone. I really do appreciate. Apologies. Where's it one? Make sure I'm up to date here. I honestly think Messi is the best. Or someone like. We'll start with Shane. I honestly think Messi is past his best and will go to someone like PSG that will pay him crazy money. Shane, I think Messi's. I can see there, you've probably seen before, he's 33 is trending in the UK on Twitter. So it's just mad how Twitter works. Probably obviously talking about Messi, but spot on there, mate. I think you've probably got another 3 years, but I think even Messi at 50%, he's probably better than most players around the world. He doesn't have to be 100%. Where is it? Ronaldo, who Messi is to go. He has scored. He replied to that up there. Messi would make us a lot of money, Nike money. Just saying, Liz, it definitely would. To tell you, that would. It's a
so
big.
Mbappe.
Yeah, and Mbappe and Messi and Mbappe 2020. You never know. No wonder we're not buying anyone. We're saving up for them.
That's a very good point though with Mbappe, because I think you'd pay the amount of money you'd pay for Messi as well, Mbappe, and the only reason you're paying the money for Messi is because of what he's done and his name.
Yeah, and it would be
if you bring Messi to the biggest club in the world at the moment, which is Liverpool, the share sales on the first day will pay for at least half his transfer fee. But I'd rather put that towards Mbappe. I'd rather have Mbappe for 10 years than Messi get to give another Ballon d'Or and then push for a second one over 2 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
I totally agree with that. Especially if you think you've got like Salah and Mane both like 28. They've got another 5 years, and then you'd be hoping that Minamino, Harvey Elliott, and whoever else can take up the mantle.
Yeah. Be interesting, as Ryan just said then, Messi and Ronaldo at PSG. That would be interesting. I think he just said then, Ryan is an Everton fan, but he said, Sigurdsson's absolutely shocking. You missed out on that. If you missed it, we were talking about Siggy. That absolute world-class Icelandic midfielder. And talking about England, he knocked us out.
Jack,
yeah.
Just came on my Twitter there. Breaking news: Everton in talks to sign James Rodriguez on loan from Real Madrid.
Are you taking the mickey or like?
No, it's literally just came up now.
If they sign James Rodriguez, I'm supporting Samir.
That would be interesting. Rodgers was a transfers. Absolutely spot on there, Liz. I'd prefer to get Suarez and let him. There you are. Callum, yeah, spot on there, mate. Definitely. I think for what Suarez done, I don't know if you've seen yesterday's episode, Callum, mate, but definitely check it out. I think we talked about it very in depth, but I think we all three of us would love Suarez. I think it wouldn't be on as much as Messi, nowhere near. Still be on a lot of money, but I think if you added Suarez to this forward three, that would be ridiculous. And I think, Sam, do you reckon it'd be similar to the impact if we did get him on a free that Manchester United had with Robin van Persie? Do you reckon they could bring him in and win the league for us?
No. If I'm honest, No, because who you dropping out of our front three for an Adrian Suarez? I don't get me wrong, I loved him. He was my favourite. I think, honestly, he's possibly the greatest footballer I've ever watched live. He's phenomenal back in his day when he was hitting his peak. But can we guarantee he's going to be hit? I mean, how old's Suarez now? I mean, he's got to be pushing the mid-30s.
Yeah, I think 33.
Yeah.
34, I think, yeah.
So, no, if I'm honest, 5 years younger than Salah and Mane, no, I wouldn't.
It depends on how big the contract was. What were you saying, Scholes?
I'd sign him tomorrow. I think he's aging, but if there's one player that we struggle with when he's on playing badly, it's Firmino. When Firmino's playing badly, we look awful. And I think he works so hard, he gets tired. It's bound to happen. Especially around Christmas, having a player of Suarez's ability would be ridiculous. Even on the training ground, though, having a player of that quality still would be unbelievable. Yeah, he wouldn't start every game, but he's the type of player you need in and around the club. I think.
Oh yeah,
our bench, it's shocking. In 5 years, it's all potential. Our bench is all potential. Like in 5 years,
the thing is, for me, it'd have to be the right contract for that. For what would essentially be a bench warming impact player.
12, 24 months.
It'd have to be.
Especially considering we're not giving Genie a contract.
Yeah. He would, because he couldn't be coming here and demanding high wages. He'd be coming here to see out his career in the place where he had some of his best football.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'd give him a 2-year deal, maybe 2 years with the option to extend to 3, and then you say, look, take it or leave it. This is how much we're going to give you, and give him maybe 100 grand a week. But
that I'd be happy with, yeah.
It's what he has, and the character he is in the changing ground, in the training ground, which would be unbelievable.
Yeah. I would say, Aaron, no worries, mate. Brewster, fantastic. He had a great game today yet again, and I think I don't know if you watch me post match. Everyone, check it out if you haven't. Get your comments in on Rian's, or I'll read them out tomorrow. Huge. We're talking about potential, as Scholesy just said then as well. Harvey Elliott. For just thinking about it, we're talking about when Messi come onto the scene. I'm not comparing Harvey Elliott to Messi, but yeah, what you mean? At me, Messi, Harvey Elliott's better than Messi. Wait, what? What's the one clip that now? Someone's gonna clip that. But yeah, it was a joke. But yeah, Harvey Elliott, the impact he could potentially have, and obviously looking at Brewster as well, 20 years old, still a lot of potential. Rodgers is class coach, but awful at transfers. Messi won't come to the Prem. He has had a nightmare of the 4-0 Champions League game. Yeah, we were mentioning that before, weren't we? He will look for one big payday. He's not going to the Argentina, and the money is sit there. Is rubbish. Nice one for not swearing, mate. I can feature your comment then. Disson James, freaking Milner. Yeah. Sorry, who was it, Liz? Was it probably who dissed James Milner there? Was it? It wasn't me. I don't think. Liz dropped me a message. It was you. It was me. sorry, Liz, if it was. Apologies, but I love James Milner. Probably will get him on me back in the Liverpool shirt. Sam, who have you got? You've got the new kit. You've got the initials on the back, haven't you?
Yeah, I've just gone with with my high school nickname on the back because I can't fit my full surname, unfortunately. It's one letter too long.
Scotty, are you getting a new kit? Are you gonna get? Who do you reckon you're getting in the back?
I'm waiting for Thiago. I'm convinced. We're getting Thiago. I'm getting that on my shirt. I'm waiting.
Scotty's going to be one of those fans, isn't he? He'll go in the Liverpool shop and he'll get Thiago on the back even before he's even signed. Then he goes,
it's fine. I don't care.
Right. Then what numbers are you going to get then?
He's getting number 6 all day.
Yeah. So, have you got the new kit, mate, or are you gonna get on the back?
It's on its way. It's on its way. I think it's arriving the 31st of August. So I was hoping it would be here for the Community Shield on Saturday, but obviously that's not the case. So yeah, it is. I think it's coming on Monday.
Is it got a name on the back, or is it?
Yeah, it does. You obviously know, but I'm not telling because I'm actually doing an unboxing video for my channel when it comes.
I do listen, but I forgot. Scolesy and Sam have known me for years. My memory is shocking, so apologies.
Memory's like a sieve then.
Yeah, definitely. Go to the pub and forget where they've gone.
Man, Chow, we've had to go and find Jax. He's forgot where he is.
Don't mention that one. But yeah, thanks so much. Messi to PSG. This is from the COP Council. Messi to PSG with Neymar going back to Barca, but ridiculously, he's going to sign a new contract with double the money he's already on. Yeah, that would be classic, wouldn't it? Classic.
That would be typical Messi, wouldn't it? It would be typical Messi. Like they'd make a story out of nothing, and then like he asked Barcelona to leave, and then somewhere someone will convince him to stay, and he'll get like another big pay packet.
Yeah, Liz, he's the damn captain. He could plead guilty. Explain why and pay his fines. Spot on there. Liz obviously talking about Harry Potter. You're always a Harry. I think he might have to start acting anyway, Harry. But yeah, Luis Suarez is the greatest player I've ever seen play for Liverpool. He did Dragon names story mode. Who score goals? Yeah, nice one, Sean. Shane, I'm not quite understand that, mate, but thank you for your comment there. Joe Bain's to type down with all his comments. Mitchell, you need to get your comments in. Make sure you get read out your comments tomorrow, mate. But I do appreciate every single one of you for taking out the time and dropping your comments in every single one of your videos. I do try my best to try and feature every single one of them, everyone. But you taking your time out to view the content and drop a message anyway. So thank you, lads. Thank you very much, Liz, for being in tonight. And make sure I've got everyone's comments. Ryan Banham, if you can. As an Everton fan, Holgate deserves a call up more than Keane, 100%. Yeah. I don't even know how that's even happens. But yeah, that's spot on as always. Southgate just says yes to everything the FA tells him to do or say. Spot on there. And Liz, Mbappe 2021. We'll get Messi 2020 and then we'll get Mbappe the year after. There we go. Is it Messi? I'm sure Mbappe's contract runs out in like 2022. Is it 23? When I was looking on I'm pretty sure it's one of those dates anyway. But be very interesting, Liz. Will not be allowed to leave PSG. Probably won't, mate. Right, spot on there, Agree. I was just making a point about the money. Messi would disturb the locker room whether he wanted to or not. Spot on there, Liz.
Yeah.
He definitely would. I think lads, you agree with that as well. When you, I think we mentioned that at the top of the show. But and the final comment from Liz tonight: Suarez too much money for his age. Yeah. Spot on. But thank you very much, lads. Thank you so much, all three of you. I'll drop all the lads' socials and all that in the description once this video has been uploaded. But Doug's got his own YouTube channel anyway, so head over there, the Dugout Football channel. Make sure you do head over there and subscribe. Subscribe over there as well if you're new. And it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much, Sam, and for coming on, I'll speak to you on PS in a little second now. But thank you, every single one of you, for watching tonight, everyone, for taking time out. Keep safe, every single one of you. And you never know. We can dream about Messi in our dreams tonight in a Liverpool kit. But we don't think it'll happen anyway because he's far too much money. Unless we won the lottery and we all chipped in to get Leo. That's the only way we can afford him. But see you later, Reds. Have a quality rest of your night. Mate, quickly get Andrew's commenting. There you go, mate. Mate, I'm on Thiago's fan club. I agree with Scholesy. I've watched Thiago from the age of 10. Have you?
What a guy. I respect that. What a guy.
He's in Barca. Oh, Aiton. For some reason, I thought I was going to say, because I know how old you are, Andrew. You're a year below me in high school anyway, so one of my best mates anyway. But I thought you'd watched him since you were like he was 10. I was like, oh, bloody hell. But Barca, since he's played at Bayern, class and quality, he will be a Liverpool player. Can't wait. Absolutely spot on there, Andrew, as always. Whatever, I'll let you go. Sam, I'll let you all, Scosey, Jug, I'll let you all go to bed. Put your feet up. Have a quality rest of your night, Reds, and thank you so much, every single one of you, for jumping on tonight. You never walk alone, Reds. See you later.